So chosen ones, maybe you haven't noticed that everything or people that get attached to you, 99% of the times, they want something from you. People who are getting attached to you, 99% of the times, they want something from you. If you're a chosen one, you best believe when I tell you that everybody that is coming around you, they want something from you. And it is not going to be obvious, you know. In the early days, maybe early weeks, it won't be obvious. You will not see this. You will see these people, they come out, they show up like, you know, they'll tell you things like they like your style, they like your this, or they like what. But the real reason, or that thing they want from you, they will always hide it from you. So they'll never tell you what they really want. You're going to realize many years down the road, you will now realize what is that thing that those people wanted from you. You will figure it out many years down the road that this is exactly what they wanted from you. So people don't really just show up in your life by coincidence. Okay? But you see, the thing is, as a chosen one, the more you continue to do the inner work, to work on yourself, you will start recognizing patterns. So you're going to start recognizing patterns. You will start to see that there is a certain pattern people around you are following. Let me give you an example. A person might call you and they want something from you. Maybe they want money. Let's give an example of money. They want some money. And you're like, okay, when do you want it, today or tomorrow? Okay, no worries. You give them the money. Maybe you wire the money to these guys or something. And then, do you know what is going to happen? As soon as they got that money, they are going to disappear. I know that you guys are starting to catch up with the story now. They will disappear. You give them the money, they will disappear. You will not even hear from them for the next 1-2 months. And then they are going to wait about 2-3 months, and then they're going to get in touch again. And they're going to pretend, oh, you know, it's been busy and I've been all over the place and blah, blah, blah. And then after 1 or 2 words, they are going to ask something from you. And you know, no big deal. You give them what they want and they'll go. Then they are going to ghost you again. They are going to go ghost. And it's going to take you almost 3 months to hear from those guys. So you are going to start recognizing the patterns. You know, one of the things with a highly emotional, intelligent person, you do recognize patterns. You see, a lot of these people, they convince themselves that they can do whatever they want and they think they can get away with it. You can allow things to happen because, you see, you can recognize a pattern, but you can allow it to happen until you know that, okay, now this game is starting to become very visible. It's starting to really look like a game, and you decide not to participate. That is when you see a lot of times you're starting to cut off some people. So you're like, okay, this guy has been playing this game. You've recognized that pattern. You've been seeing it for a while, you know? And now you see, okay, so this looks like it's a game. It's the game what these Decepticons are doing. And then you're going to cut these people off. Let me tell you something. When a person is a user, if you're dealing with a user, and you did recognize the patterns, whatever they was doing behind the scenes, you figured it out, and you cut that person off, nobody is going to hate you as much as that person that has been using you. Let me repeat this for you one more time. There is no one in your life that will hate you more than the person that has been using you, that you have cut off. That is going to be the person that you're going to catch behind the scenes, talking all the BS, all the crap about you. They're going to go around the whole town telling people everything about you. You know, this is not even about narcissists. You know, we're not talking about narcissists here. We're talking about the general situation. You do cut off someone, a person that has been used to using you for something, and you do cut off, or let's say, for example, you cut off the person, or you cut off that particular thing you've been giving them, they're going to turn against you. Because now, all of a sudden, you're going to become a bad person. This person is a bad person, you know. I did this for them, I did that for them. They could have been breadcrumbing you over the years. A little bit of breadcrumb, you know what I mean? You give somebody something, and then sometimes they may pass by your house and they, oh, you know, I've been moving around and I brought you, so they may come with a cookie or maybe a sweet. But they know that they're going to get $100 in return. You know, they're going to come and ask for $100. So they'll come to your house and, you know, pass by. Maybe they meet you somewhere on the way, and they may give you maybe $1, maybe $2. Maybe they may give you, maybe they may buy you a drink. But they know that there's something big they want from you. Those people, you will start recognizing that they have been doing something and it feels like it's a pattern. It's like some kind of a cycle. You start to recognize cycles, you know. You see, one of the things that happens when you do awaken, anyone that goes through an awakening, one of the things you recognize, you are going to recognize cycles. You're going to recognize this repetitive thing that has been happening in many areas of your life. Now I'm talking about friendships or even sometimes relationships, but it can be every area of your life. You will start recognizing these cycles. So these are like patterns. It has been just a repeated pattern. You wasn't aware of it. You guys who have been with this narcissist, the abuse was a pattern. It was a repeated pattern. It was happening all over and over again. You wasn't, you know, it sunk very deep in your head to an extent that you started recognizing it as normal. You accepted this pattern as normal, because it would be too painful for you to wake up and realize that this was a pattern. It was abuse. So you woke up and you recognized that was a pattern. So now you're starting to break that pattern, to get away from it. That is what I mean when I say the person that has been using you, that is when now they're going to recognize that you are closing some doors, and it's like they're not going to have access to you the same way that they used to back in the days. So that's when now they are going to flip 180 degrees. You are going to be the most person they will hate, regardless of what you have given them or what you've done for them. A lot of these people, they can play or they can do anything to anyone until they meet a chosen person. Most of the times, you're going to be a person who will be sitting somewhere and you'll be watching these patterns and you recognize the cycles. You will know 100% what the end game is. Because you see, when you start getting aware, self-aware, and when you start getting, evolving spiritual and everything, there's going to come a time when you will see something that is starting. And as soon as it starts, you will already know what is going to be the end game. So that is the reason why, for example, if you run into a relationship, let me say, for example, you meet somebody and maybe you guys like each other and you talk a little bit and you wanted to date or something, you're going to start catching up on the patterns. And you'll be like, okay, if you go in a relationship with this person, this is exactly what is going to happen. So you're going to start seeing that pattern in the beginning, and you already know, and you already know what you're expecting at the end. So you will already anticipate what is going to happen at the end. You will know that this is some kind of a pattern, and that's the pattern they're going to follow. You know what I mean? So it's why you see an awakened person, you move different. So basically you have another way of doing things. You no longer do things the same way you used to do back in the days. You no longer allow people to just swing it back and forth in your life and do whatever it is they want, because you can actually catch up on these patterns. Is what I'm trying to tell you, chosen ones. So people do not like you because you do recognize patterns. You are a very intelligent person. You're highly intelligent, okay? I'm not talking about you are the best in class or you get in the high grades or stuff. I'm not talking about that kind of intelligence. There's a difference between the class intelligent and the usual intelligence, okay? You may not be good in class or whatever, you may be sometimes not even be performing well, but outside of class you are very wise. You are naturally a wise person. So that's what I mean by intelligence. You are a very intelligent person. And people do not like highly intelligent people. A woman can refuse to date you, or a woman can feel intimidated when they figure out it's going to be difficult for them to play some game on you. Only because of that, highly intelligent people, a person will reject you because they feel you are too highly intelligent for them and they cannot catch up with your energy. So they will be like, no, we cannot. Maybe they will not tell you this. They may just run away and disappear because they feel like they are used to doing these funny, dirty little games to different people. So now they are thinking in their mind, how are they going to play this game on you? You know, how are they going to play the game? You know, it's not going to be possible. They cannot play that game on you. They have been used to play that game on people. You know, the video that I did recently, I told you, you have sometimes met these narcissists and they have done a lot of horrible things to many people, and then they ran into you. And now they are wondering because their brain is not wired to. So according to their wiring in their mind, nobody is supposed to figure them out. So nobody is supposed to know their game. Is how they are wired. So they think that they can just swing it back and forth and they can do whatever it is they want to do. And nobody will know what they are doing. Then they run into you. Yes, okay, things happened and some couple of years and you was going through this whatever. And then you caught up on them. The narcissist is baffled. How did this person catch up on that game? They don't believe you caught up on them. Do you know that only that can injure that person, can injure that narcissist? Do you know that when a narcissist figures out that you have caught up on them, they are going to turn against you. You are going to become, I don't even have the proper word for this. You are going to be the person they will hate the most on this universe. How dare you figure them out? How dare you catch up on their game? Nobody was supposed to catch up on this. They have done this thing to so many people. Over and over again. Nobody was able to figure them out. How dare you figure them out? How did you do that? They can't figure it out. So chosen ones, you need to understand something that the more you continue to get this awareness and you evolve, you learn more and you educate yourself more, you're going to start building your emotional intelligence, okay? You will be able to recognize every single pattern that is going around in this matrix. You will know, why is this one going that way? Why did this one move like this? Why did this one do this? So you're going to be able to understand something that is happening subconsciously, even the things that happen subconsciously to some people because of the way they do things and the way they move. And you will know that, okay, so this is the reason why this person moved from here to here. And that's the reason why this dog was barking at this person, or that's the reason why this person was moving in circles. So you will look around you and you'll be able to recognize patterns. Do you guys know what I'm saying? You're going to start recognizing these patterns with everything around you, not only people, everything around you. And if you're a person that recognizes patterns, that's when you become a big threat. Because there's nobody can play a game on you. You can catch up on these patterns before even they start. So your enemies don't like this idea that you do recognize and you see them. You see them for who they are. There's nothing they can do that you don't already know or you have not already seen. You can see their game from a distance. So it's been a motivation video for today, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes being able to recognize patterns it can cause people to feel a certain way about you, okay? People may not want to be around you much because they can barely play a game on you. And sometimes you may hear people talking about different things about you because they cannot understand why are you the way you are. You know what I mean? So chosen ones, let us know what you think about the video. You guys know I'd love and appreciate your support. Book a session if you want to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next one. There's almost signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.